All right, we're going live on this fine Sunday morning. Usually I'm working, but I took today, and right now it's 6:55 in the morning. So yeah, let's see who's up. It's time to get up. Good morning, Mr. Bassett. This is your wake up call. Please move your ass. Stampede, Earl. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Maybe I'll go back later and retitle the stream that way. But I've been up since 5 a.m. And like I said, I was gonna go for work, but at the last minute, I took today, and yes, I took a personal, so I'm still getting paid for it. Um, but yeah, so and right now there's nobody watching, but I'm gonna go for a little bit. Hey, alter ego, how's it going, man? So I got one person watching. Yeah, like I said, usually I'm working on Sundays, but I took today at the last minute. Um, but I'm still covered for it. So, but how's it going? Doing fine today. Yeah, like I said, right now it's almost 7 o'clock in the morning. Time to get up, which I've been up for the past 2 hours. Um, so yeah. What just happened? And can you still hear me, Alter Ego? Because the live stream did something funny there for a second. It's like it took a second for it to go live. Thoughts on the bad guys beating Fantastic Beasts at the box office? I don't know anything about that. The bad guys. I don't know what that means. The bad guys. I've never seen any one of those Fantastic Beasts movies. I do know that Johnny Depp, he was in one of them, right? But that's all I know. But I've decided today, I'm gonna, well, later on, I'm gonna watch some movies here. Uh, TMNT 2007, Dark Blue, The Brave One. So I'm gonna watch some of those a little bit later, and kind of work on the reviews. I had no idea. But yeah, the stream did something weird for a second. Like it went live, but it almost like restarted itself. And again, I hope you can hear me okay. Or maybe it's just StreamYard glitching. But so let's look at some movie news here while I wait. And again, I know this is pretty early. Not a lot of people get on this time of the day. A lot of people are still in bed. So yeah. We'll see. Oh, I'm not tired. I slept pretty good for the most part. But so James Hong apparently is going to receive a Hollywood Walk of Fame star in May. It's about time, long overdue, but I'm glad. But yeah, I didn't know about this DreamWorks movie. What if they made an Anchorman cartoon? I don't know. I mean, it just I've only seen like bits and pieces of the first movie. Oh, sorry, I get tired. I'm not tired though. It's just maybe it's just early. But I've only seen a little bit of the first movie. I haven't seen all the way through, believe it or not. So there's a teaser out for Dungeons and Dragons movie. It doesn't show any footage, it just shows like a text. And that Chris Pine's in it. Um, Nicholas Cage says that Face Off 2 talks have started. We don't need okay, this is what he says. This is what Nicholas Cage says about Face Off 2. I can talk about because there have been some phone calls with Neil Moritz, who I enjoyed very much working with on the first Face Off. He's one of the true great producers in Hollywood, and they have been making some phone calls. The other ones like National Treasure. I mean, the priority was a TV show. Godspeed to them, but maybe Face Off, maybe. So he's considering it. I have not heard hide nor hair about it. So often these things we read about are just conjecture without any base or foundation to it. I feel the same about National Treasure 3. It's been 14 years. There's no there. So is it fun to think about? Sure. Would Face Off 2 be an exciting movie to make? Oh, hell yeah. But John Woo was such a huge voice in the movie. It couldn't be a remake. I think these filmmakers even said as much. That something like that would have to be a sequel. But you don't need a sequel to Face Off. Thoughts on Netflix canceling the Bone TV show? I don't know anything about that. But yeah, you don't need a sequel to Face Off. I like the film. I mean, it's not my favorite John Woo film, but to me, you don't need a sequel. I mean, as much as I liked The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, time will tell if it's going to be a comeback for Nicolas Cage. I enjoyed the movie. I'm glad that I was able to see it in a theater, which I talked about before. I had to go a little bit out of my way because the theater near me wasn't playing it. So I had to drive 25 miles to go see the film in another theater, which is actually a better theater. It's a little bit nicer. So I like that. And there was a lot of previews too. That's something I didn't mention. There was a lot of previews before the movie. There was probably 7 or 8 previews. But it was cool. I mean, I saw Top Gun Maverick. I saw the trailer for Elvis. And some other ones. But I figured, do a stream this morning because, like Sunday nights, I won't be able to. Well, I can do them in the evenings and nights, but like on my work nights, I have to keep them short. Maybe around an hour. So I could still do like streams like on work nights, but they would not be long streams. I would have more time on my days off. But again, today is usually a work day, but I took today and I was kind of sitting around here. I figured why not do a stream at 7:00 in the morning. Paws of Fury, Legends of Hank. I don't know what that is. Okay. So we still have one person watching. I assume it's Alter Ego or Matt Singer. I know it's you, but yeah, I'll keep going for a little bit in case if other people jump in the chat here. But yeah, like I said, we don't need a sequel to Face Off. It's not needed. Even if they considered it, how about you take the idea and you do different actors? How about that? Like, not a direct sequel, but this time have different actors. Because even with that movie, they considered like Harrison Ford and Michael Douglas. I think that was a couple of names that were mentioned or thought about. Of course, Arnold and Stallone, but it's too late for that. But that would have been cool for Face Off. Imagine that. Van Damme and Seagal, but at that point in time, their egos would not let it happen. But I swear, with Face Off, there was consideration for with like Harrison. Was it Harrison Ford and Michael Douglas? I believe. The new Pink Panther reboot, I have not heard one thing about it. Hey, Blast Radius. Saw the Batman recently. Very surprised how good that film was. Definitely reminded me of Seven with Batman in it. I definitely agree. Really enjoyed it. And I know right now it's on HBO Max. And I do have HBO Max. Maybe sometime I'll go back and watch it, but I definitely will be picking that up on Blu-ray when it comes out. I believe it comes out at the end of May, so I definitely will be picking that up. Can't wait to grab that. And yeah, right now I'm not trying to spend so much because I know I'm going to spend quite a bit because I'm going to a convention at the end of May, and I always buy some stuff, but. Hey, Ruben, Grand Theft Ruben. Good guy up here. But yeah, definitely, and that's my chair. Yeah, like I said, definitely we'll be picking up the Batman when it comes out on Blu-ray. I forgot. I know it's the end of May, but I forgot what day. And so yeah. Ever heard? I know who that actress is. Is that the actress from Rumble in the Bronx? Or am I thinking about somebody else? Didn't she work with Jackie Chan a couple of times? I know she's passed away, unfortunately, but I know she's worked with Jackie Chan in a couple of movies. What if the new Pink Panther movie was a Roadhouse style movie? To me, that would be such a clash of tones, and I don't know how you would do that. Maybe if you had Patrick Swayze star in a Pink Panther movie, and I don't know. I mean, and that's just being tongue in cheek, but I think it would just be a clash of tones. A little bit, but I don't remember much about the cartoon. What are you doing, boy? Yeah, I took today at the last minute. Yeah, I figured that was her. I agree. Lock up Ezra Miller. Put him in jail. The guy needs help. Yeah, poor Michael Keaton. Haven't heard. I know who Donnie Yen is, but I haven't seen Big Brother. See, even my brother agrees that Ezra Miller needs to be recast. But yeah, that's my brother right there, Andrew. Yeah, just take out Ezra Miller and deep fake him with John Wesley Shipp. So we finally get Flash and Batman. Yeah, Polanski. Roman Polanski's a scumbag, pedophile. I don't know about Jim Parsons. I'd rather just take out Ezra Miller and replace him with John Wesley Shipp. Well, he's too old, but that's something that we've been wanting to see. Like back in the day, we never got, Justice League movie. So just put in John Wesley Shipp, deep fake him over Ezra Miller. So you have the Flash, the 90s Flash, and Batman, Michael Keaton. Hey, Abrasius, how's it going? Yeah, I've been streaming for the past 15 minutes, and usually I'm working today, but I took today at the last minute. But good morning to you. That would work. Scott Adkins is Batman. I can't buy that. Jack Black is the Flash. You make me laugh. That would work. Pam Grier. Oh, he's still playing okay, he's on the Flash TV show right now. I know he was in the TV show, but I didn't know he was still making episodes, but that's cool. I mean, people are saying get the Flash. I forgot the actor's name. Andrew knows. But the guy that's playing Flash right now, people are saying get him in there instead of Ezra Miller. At least he doesn't throw chairs at women. Telly Savalas, you mean Kojak? And I like him as an actor. I mean, I haven't seen if that's what I'm thinking about. I know he played Blofeld in that one Bond movie, Blackjack with Jack Black. I'm feeling pretty dry, even though our vents aren't working. So it got. Damn, sorry about that. Okay. So, Andrew, where are you at? I mean, are you. For people out there, my brother, they're at the beach right now. So I guess he's watching from the beach. Yeah, I agree. Justice for Johnny. Hashtag justice for Depp. I believe Depp. Did I miss a comment? Oh, wait. Okay. Did you see Michael Keaton's bad suit in The Flash? It looks good, in my opinion. I wish he was in a third Burt movie to complete the trilogy instead of Flash. Yeah, I like the look of the suit. I just hope that they don't screw it up. I mean, let's face it. I mean, especially considering now with Ezra Miller and the stuff he's doing, Mike Keaton is going to be the best part of the movie. And I feel bad that he's tied to a film where your lead actor is a psychopath fruitcake, throwing chairs at women, choking people out at karaoke bars, and breaking into people's houses. Yeah, Ezra Miller. Fabio, if you're watching, because I know you do People Are Stupid videos, do a video just on Ezra Miller. That might be like a paid request, but yeah, Fabio, that'd be a fun one. Yeah, justice for Keaton for being a part of the Flash. I just hope that he gets, don't kill him off. Okay, everybody's still waking up. Yeah, Peter Griffin can around the house kick Ezra Miller. Hey, Common Rider, good morning. Yeah, I saw I'm like, okay, I went back yet, but no problem, man. I've never seen Gung Ho or Gung Ho, never seen it. I can't buy Charlie Day as the Flash. I don't mind him, but not as the Flash. Liam Neeson is the Charles Bronson of our time, but even like, I don't know if I could say that because I don't know, just I like Liam Neeson, but Charles Bronson knew when it was time to stop. But Charles Bronson, when he did Death Wish 5, how old was he then? What, 72? Early 70s, I know that. But I don't Liam Neeson again. He can still move, he can still go, but I just don't think he has it anymore. I mean, I'm not saying as an actor, but maybe it's time to take a break from the action movies, do something different. I'm just gonna go solo this morning, and Steven, he jumped in yesterday, uh, but we're gonna get up again because I have his email, and at some point we're gonna do a collaboration. But for this morning, I'm just gonna go solo here. Uh, but we're gonna get up again. Stranger Boy, how's it going? Exactly. Warner Brothers has said nothing about Ezra Miller because they've already filmed The Flash. It's still going to come out. So I think it's going to, if anything is going to happen, it's going to be after the film that he's going to get fired or be replaced. Yeah, I mean, he has the chin for it. I could see that. Like, can you see Ron Perlman in like a purple, practical makeup suit? Yeah, I will. I would. That might be like a paid request. Yeah, Bruce can beat the fuck out of Ezra Miller. 4:16 a.m. Wow. Where you coming from, Stranger Boy? If you don't mind me asking, like which state? You're 3 hours behind. The Flash is okay. I mean, I don't mind the series with John Wesley Shipp back in the day was fun, short lived, but it was fun. But you hired the worst actor, the worst person to play the Flash. I didn't even care for him when he did Justice League, and now look at him now. Yeah, yeah. Kids Room 102. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I mean he does that stuff with the Family Guy. If they made a Phil Collins biopic, who should play Phil Collins? That's tough. I don't know who could play Phil Collins. Only Phil Collins could do Phil Collins because nobody can sing like that. Maybe some people can. Kurt Russell as Thanos, I don't think could work, but maybe if they did Guardians of the Galaxy, like if back in the day, the early '90s, they did like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Kurt Russell would be perfect as Star Lord. Like I could see him as Star Lord. California, okay. I'm still not watching that. Jackie Chan biopic, maybe, but I don't know. It depends. Like, there's some biopics I don't mind. Dragon the Bruce Lee story is a great movie, and I know it's not entirely factual, but it's entertaining. And I thought Jason Scott Lee did a great job, but I don't know about a Jackie Chan biopic. I blame Zack Snyder for Ezra Miller and his awkward casting choices. He was a total fish out of water for Flash, along with Gal Gadot as a Wonder Woman. Yeah, and yeah, Ezra Miller's Flash. He was a fish out of water that needed to be throw his ass back in the water because, it's. I didn't care for his performance. I thought, even back then, when that film came out, I'm like, this guy is a poor man's Justin Long. Justin Long can beat the crap out of Ezra Miller. And I'm like, this is to me, I prefer Justin Long, not Justin Long's the lesser version. I don't want the great value version of Justin Long. That's what Ezra Miller is. He's the great value version of Justin Long. his annoying cousin, whatever, whatever you want to say. But back then, didn't care for him. When the Justice League came out, 2018. Back then, I didn't care for him, and put him in jail. That's all I got to say. Put him in jail. A Chris Farley biopic, maybe, but we know how it ends, and I think it would just, I think it would be sad. I mean, at one point they talked about a Sam Kinison biopic, but Chris Farley, I'm sure I would watch it if they ever did make one, but the sad part about it is, we know how it ends, but not everybody needs a biopic. I could say that too. Even though there's a part of me a little bit that looks forward to the Elvis movie, but not everybody needs a biopic. And the same thing for Marlon Brando. I mean, would they ever make a Marlon Brando biopic? I don't know if they would. But yeah, I see people are still commenting. I'm catching up. Yeah. Someone said it best. Ezra Miller is the reverse Flash. Ezra Miller should be the villain of this new Flash movie. So whatever, in fact, I think he is. Believe it or not. Not Ezra Miller, but like I swear I heard in this new Flash movie, there's like an evil version of the Flash. So it's fitting. Ezra Miller is a psychopath, and if that's the case, where there's an evil version of Ezra Miller in the new Flash movie, then that's perfect. It's fitting. Yeah. I don't know. That would be a joke. The Baldwin brothers. What? Stephen, William, Daniel, Alec. Alec is the worst. I'll just say that. If Ezra Miller broke into my house, what would I do? If Ezra Miller broke into my house, I have a graveyard within feet. And yeah, I mean, let's keep it at that. I'm right next to a graveyard, and Ezra Miller is going to meet his maker. First, I'm going to take him out, and then my cat's going to take him out. William Dafoe. Yeah, I miss Chris Farley. What Marvel superhero would you like to see Charles Bronson play? Like back in the day? I'm thinking about that one. The Punisher. The Punisher would be cool, but people might say, well, the Punisher doesn't have a mustache. Wah. The bar from Fabio. Daredevil, why not? Can you imagine that? Tape to a cactus super glued to a tree and have Homer Simpson choke. Victor Salva, Woody Allen, Ezra Miller. It's too early for this. I'm going to tape. Godly. You got two pedophiles and a psychopath. Tape Victor Salva to a cactus, super glued to a tree. Woody Allen, and have Homer Simpson choke out Ezra Miller. Since he likes choking out people, have Homer choke out Miller. 2 or 3, maybe. Ezra Miller is a more awkward version of Justin Long mixed with Michael Cera. Yeah, I agree. And like I said, he needs to go to jail. Today I'm just going to go solo. Yesterday, the reason why Steven jumped in because he wanted to give me his email, and the only way you can do that is that if you have somebody join the chat. And I don't think he wanted to put his email out there in the chat, So he private you have a private chat feature where people that are in the stream with you can only communicate. So if somebody's in the stream with you, you can send private chat. And he wanted me to give his email, and Steven ended up, staying around for a little bit, and we talked. But I'm just going to go solo this morning for a little bit. I hope that's okay. I'm definitely gonna get up more and hang with the guys, and we're gonna do more hangouts here. But this morning I'm just gonna fly solo here. Yeah, I mean Israel Miller. Again, if he came to my house, he's gonna go down, and then I'm gonna bury him. I'm gonna bury him out there in the graveyard, in the cemetery. I'm gonna tell him to pick a plot, and he's gonna go in. Richard Gere's Iron Man, maybe back in the day. Emilio Estevez is Captain America. I don't know if I could see that, but I don't know. Maybe as somebody else, but I don't know. I don't think it's Captain America. I haven't seen that one, but hey, how's it going, Marvel fan? I don't think I've seen you before. I have not seen Ambulance yet. I want to check it out. I've heard a lot of good stuff about the film, so one day I'll check it out. Ambulance. Yeah, she would have been good as Jubilee back in the '90s. Uh, yeah, rest in peace. Oh my gosh. Okay, shoot with AK-47, throw into a pit of piranhas, kicking the balls. I'm going to kick Israel Miller in the balls. Jeffrey Jones. Jeffrey Jones is going to get AK-47 and Stephen Collins into the pit of piranhas. No, I've never been to the Philippines. Yeah, I mean, people are saying that, hey, take out Israel Miller and replace him with Grant Gustin. Yeah, LDP for life. No, I haven't seen it yet. It's still out. The theater that I went to the other day, it's still. I saw it. I saw the poster for it, and right now it's out. So maybe sometime I'll give it a watch. Jazz. I don't listen. I don't listen to a lot of jazz. Oh, thank you, Jerry. Yeah, I mean, I haven't done really a solo stream in a while. I mean, a lot of it has, been hanging out with the guys and so forth. And like I said before, I know when we do the hangouts and stuff, a lot of people will stop commenting because, we get to talking and, we talk about all different topics and subjects. And, a lot of people in the chat, either leave or, don't ask as much questions and stuff like that. So, I'm trying to do it to where we're trying to do more solo streams and, at the same time, do some, one-on-ones too. I mean, since StreamYard's taken $25 a month out of me, I might as well, use it more and more. Hey, Liam, how's it going? Yeah. But yeah, I like Michael Bay. And like I said, one day I'll check it out. Ernest Goes to Africa, I haven't seen, but I do have it. I know it's part of a Ernest collection that I have somewhere. Thoughts on Chris Brown? Don't really care for Chris Brown. Yeah, BB King, I've heard of him. Favorite adult characters in Cobra Kai? Johnny, Daniel, Kreese. But now you can add Terry Silver to that list. Do I miss Chuck Berry? Yes. Johnny Be Good. Okay, put in a microwave. Have a herd of rams trample and have Pikachu use Thunder Shock on Gary Glitter, Kevin Spacey, Louis C.K. Oh my gosh. Um, mm, okay, Gary Glitter. Put him in the microwave. A herd of rams can trample uh, Kevin Spacey, and I would enjoy watching that. And Louis C.K. Pikachu can use Thunder Shock on. So there you go. Yep. Not much, Liam. Just chilling out this morning for a little bit. Usually I work on Sundays, but I took today and I was kind of sitting around. I'm like, let me do a live stream. And I've been going at it for 35 minutes here. And yeah, so just chilling out here. Yeah, Jackass Forever, I enjoyed it. And I know it's on Blu-ray right now. And I'm not going to pick it up right away, but yeah, at some point I would like to get it. I enjoyed it. Mardi Gras? No, I've never celebrated Mardi Gras. I've never been to New Orleans is one of those places I would like to go to. That's like you know, I would like to go there someday just to visit. Now, I've never been to New Orleans, but yeah. So I've never been. I've never seen the raid. Yeah, I've never seen the raid. I know a lot of people have talked about it, but I just haven't seen it yet. I don't know who that is. Strom Thurmond. I don't know who that is. Yeah, Waylon Jennings. He's a country singer, and he's passed away, but I know who he is. I don't know what that is. If Rob Zombie remade The Birds, oh my God. Well, his wife is going to be in it. The Birds, they would. If Rob Zombie remade the Birds would talk and they would drop the F bomb every 5 seconds. So you would have birds that drop F bombs and shit on people. So yeah, I can see that. Yeah, something along those lines. But that would be, a disaster, a recipe for disaster. Saints Row, I've played a little bit of, I think the second one for 360 for Xbox 360, but this has been a while. I think it was Saints Row 2, and I remember being fun. Grand Theft, I don't know. Oh yeah, okay, the raid. Okay, he's talking about the raid. But yeah, yeah, I'm not a fan of Rob Zombie. The only film that I've seen of his movies is Halloween. I didn't care for Halloween, and I know he's directing the Monsters, and apparently this is what's surprising about that. The Monsters is going to be PG. Yeah, Rob Zombie's directing a PG movie about the Monsters. So at least it's not going to be rated R. But at the same time, I have a very bad feeling about that movie because I love the TV show. Never seen Squid Game. Yeah. I remember reading those books back in like elementary school, and they were everywhere back then. I mean, this is back in the mid 90s, but I would see those books everywhere at like, book fairs and stuff. Yeah, Trini. Yeah. Like I said, unfortunately, she's passed away, which is sad. Um, Car accident. Yeah, she passed away in a car accident like shortly before 9/11. But yeah, I loved her on Power Rangers back in the day, and they got the full collection at Walmart right now. But maybe sometime, maybe sometime I'll pick it up because I did enjoy the original run. But yeah, rest in peace. I don't know. Robert Downey Jr. I don't know if Robert Downey Jr. would play one of the birds. Yeah, I agree. Did you know that Kevin James's wife auditioned for the role of Trini? I didn't know that. Interesting. Thoughts on Kevin James? I can go either way. I mean, I don't mind King of Queens. I don't mind him in Grown Ups. Here Comes the Boom. The little bit that I've seen of that, I liked. So it depends on the movie, but I could not get into Par Blart. That's just me. So apparently, if you like that one, that's fine. But to me, Kevin James, I could take him or leave him. Again, I didn't mind King of Queens, but I wasn't always like a huge, fan of Kevin James. Man, my nose is itching. It wasn't my favorite stunt in Jackass 4. You know what? Probably this thing with the bear. And yeah, Aaron, he got it the worst in that movie. Danger Aaron. When I think back on that movie, yeah, he got the worst out of everybody. And I enjoyed the interrogation room with the bear. That was pretty funny. Don't know who that is. Robert Downey Sr. Yeah, that would have worked. Like back in, if Chris Farley would have lived, yeah, Chris Farley would have been good for that. Favorite fighting game franchise? I guess Mortal Kombat. What's the most you pay to meet an actor or actress at a convention? Oh man, I have to think about that. Maybe Tim Curry. Either Tim Curry or Richard Dean Anderson, because both when I met both in the same day, and like the wait for Tim Curry was like an hour and 20 minutes. Richard Dean Anderson, his waiting in line was about an hour, but I would say probably Tim Curry. Johnny Cash, I like. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, Peanuts. I like peanuts, but I don't eat a lot of them. Shake hands with, go to Rubio's with, and go bowling with David Spade, George Lopez, and Luigi. What's Rubio's? I don't know what Rubio's is. That a restaurant? I've never heard of Rubio's, but I'll shake hands with George Lopez, go bowling with Luigi, and go to Rubio's with David Spade. Yeah, I know who Hank Williams is. Mine was the pogo stick. That was fucking painful, and the punch from the UFC fighter. Yeah, there was a lot of painful. There was a lot more. damage, like to the crotch region in Jackass 4. There was like a lot of nut hits in that one. I'm like, Jesus. Yeah, I like Kevin Sorbo. Hercules back in the day. Yeah, I mean, the original run of Power Rangers. And I remember having the toys when I was little, and my babysitter would not let me bring them over because she thought the show was too violent. Yeah, so I remember that. But I could still, enjoy the original series. And I remember watching a little bit of Zeo, which came after a little bit of Turbo, but after that, I got out of it. But I can still watch the original series. Okay, go to Jack in the Box with, do prank calls with, and play hockey with. So we got Justin Long, we got Johnny Knoxville, and Spyro the Dragon. I'll go to Jack in the Box with Justin Long, prank calls with Knoxville, and play hockey with Spyro. Yes, yes, she is. And in fact, the convention that I'm going to at the end of May, she's going to be there. So I'm definitely meeting her again. Um, but yeah, still hot. Angelina Jolie. Yeah, I mean she's still beautiful. Um, I would say my favorite film she did was Hackers, and she's hot in that movie. Uh, but yeah, I mean, to me, she still looks great. So I mean, I don't know if she's like a top three or top five of crushes, but she still looks good in my opinion. Breakfast at Tiffany's, I've heard of, but haven't seen. Have a good one, man. Oh, 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 oh. I promise I'm not tired. Yeah, Audrey Hepburn. Did you know that? Did you know she had some creepo stalking? Yeah, I've heard of that story before, and yeah, apparently Daniel Harris was stalked back in the day, and I believe the guy showed up at her house, and that's about all I know. But yeah, apparently that did happen. Was it me? No. No, I know better. No, this is back in the day. I don't know when this was. This was probably, if I had to guess, maybe the mid '90s. I'm just guessing. But yeah, Daniel Harris, she dealt with that back in the day, and it's just something that I've heard of before. But yeah, I'm not going to be that type. I mean, I do follow her on Instagram and Facebook, but yeah, I'm not one of those types that stalks their profile or what have you. Now, I will say Daniel Harris is hot. I mean that's common knowledge, and you know the posts that she puts out there. I mean, she's again, uh, she's a freak. I mean, let's just say it. Daniel Harris is a freak, and yeah. So, but it was not me. Anyways, yeah, the original Power Rangers movie. Yeah, I do have it, and I can watch it, and it's not. Ivan Ooze to me is one of the best parts of the film. I could watch it as probably like a time waster. But I would say, okay, I've always been back and forth with the film. Now I could like now if I were to watch it, I would say I like the film. It's a time waster. It's a fun time waster. Um, I would say I watched it. I would watch it more back in the day, when I was a kid and stuff like that. But I would. I mean, it's a fun little time waster for me. Now that I know you also like Angelina Jolie, make a choice. Her or Daniel Harris. I have to go with Daniel Harris still because Angelina Jolie. I just I don't know, just I like Angelina Jolie and Hackers and Tomb Raider, but to me, Daniel Harris seems more normal, if that makes sense. And plus, I've already met Daniel Harris. There's no way Angelina Jolie I would never meet. Daniel Harris, when I met her a couple of years ago, she was nice and I got an autograph but yeah, so I would say Daniel Harris. Power Rangers Turbo movie. Um, I've seen it before. I'm not a big fan of the film, if I could be honest. I remember it back in the day. I remember me and my brother, we would watch it quite a bit on tape, and we had it back in the day. But, now I probably would not like the film. I would say I prefer the first movie more, Mighty Morphin the movie. But Turbo, if I were to watch it now, I probably would not like it. Plus, I can't stand the Blue Ranger Justin in that. And I don't know why recently. This is sort of a random thing here, but I've came across some of. I think his name is Blake. I'm trying to figure out the actor's name. Somebody can comment, but the guy that played Justin, Blake Foster. And I've seen some of his TikToks recently, and I'm like, this guy is no. Stop making TikTok videos. You look ridiculous. The Halloween remakes. Yeah, I remember Daniel Harris was in the first movie, but it's not. If I wanted to watch something with Daniel Harris, I'll watch Halloween 4. I'll go watch The Last Boy Scout. Um, Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. She's been in better movies. The Halloween remakes. I mean, Daniel Harris, I just much prefer, I prefer other movies that she was in, not that one. So the Power Rangers movie was filmed here in Sydney, and some of the episodes of the show from season 2 were also filmed here too. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before, and I think maybe it's from interviews that I've seen on YouTube, or some of the cast talk about the film. The first movie, they shot it in Sydney and stuff like that. That's cool. One day I'd like to go to Australia. That'd be cool. Visit the outback, like Crocodile Dundee. But but yeah, like I was saying about Daniel Harris, I'd much rather watch other movies. But at that same convention that I'm going to soon, The girl from the Halloween remake that played Laurie Scout, Taylor Compton, she's going to be there. So, yeah, I mean, her and Daniel Harris have a podcast, Talk Scary to Me. I do know that. So they're going to be there. Clint Howard's going to be there, the Ice Cream Man. Stephen Williams, the guy that played X and the X Files, and he's been in different movies. He's going to be there. William Forsythe is going to be there. Felicia Rose. Um, but it's not a big convention at all. I mean, there's going to be a few people there. Uh, and again, it's not a big one. Now, there is a bigger convention that I'm looking at going in July. So that's on the that's going to be something I'm going to plan on doing. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I have the Blu-ray of it, but I have not seen it yet. Yeah, I still haven't seen the film. So, what do you guys think about Face Off 2? I think I talked about it earlier, but what do you guys think about that? Because apparently they keep asking Nicolas Cage is if he's going to come back for Face Off 2, but to me, it's not needed. How about you take the same concept and you can uh, call it something else, but you can do different actors. Like for people out there, if they were to do that now, I'm not saying do a remake or a reboot, but if you take that Face Off concept, which two actors now would you use for that? And don't say Marky Mark and The Rock. All right. Thank you, Jerry, for dropping in. Have a good day. Yeah, one day I would like to visit Australia. That'd be cool. But yeah, for the 5 people that are still watching, if they were to do that face-off concept now, which two actors would you use, for that movie? And again, I'm not talking about a reboot or a remake, but the concept, or just kind of thinking out loud a little bit. And but yeah, let's see what's movie that's out. Blah blah. Can't talk this morning. You see what's out there in movie news land. Screen Rant. But right now we got 3 people watching. Got Blake Foster, also Bad Month, the guy who played a Gold Ranger on Beast Morphers. Yeah, Blake Foster, I mean, I don't know why recently I came across his TikToks and I'm like, stop, you look stupid. I never cared for that character. I just have a feeling if I were to watch that film today, it would be a rant because just some things just don't hold up well. That being one. Now if people like it, that's fine. I mean, I know Fabio, my great friend of mine, is a big Power Rangers fan. I don't know what his feelings are on Turbo, but I just think like for me, if I were to view it now, it would just be a rant. Jurassic Park, the first movie is a classic. Uh, it's one of my favorite movies. Like if I really had to think about it, it's definitely up there. In fact, me and my brother we did a reaction to it not too long ago, and it was his first time watch. But I love the first movie. The Lost World, I can still watch, but it does have problems in regards to pacing. For me, it just felt, like it was two steps down from the first movie. Um, I can still watch the film. Jeff Goldblum's not bad, uh, but it's not a favorite. Jurassic Park 3, I like it. Jurassic Park 3 to me moves at a faster pace. It was cool to see Sam Neill come back, and I thought it was straightforward and entertaining. So, yeah, Jurassic Park 3 to me is a very solid movie sequel. And I know some people out there are not too crazy about the film, but I still enjoy it. I remember when it came out. I remember I didn't see it in theaters, but I just remember the marketing around the movie and stuff like that. But yeah, I do enjoy Jurassic Park 3. Hey, man, movie, TV show, and video game fan, Greg Guy up here. And by the way, um, I'll be watching the two the two films that you requested. I'll be watching those very soon here. Dark Blue with Kurt Russell and The Brave One. So those two are coming up soon. I'm going to be watching them and uh, writing down notes, prepare for the reviews. But I should do live streams every Saturday and Sunday. But originally, okay, so I work on Sundays. Uh, I was gonna go in today, but I took today, and Sunday nights it's a little bit hard. I mean, I could stream Sunday nights, but it would not be for long because I have to go to work the next day. But then I'm gonna try to do more. I mean, more in like in the evenings and nights. And I know whenever I do a stream, it's different days. Sometimes it could be, Thursday night, Friday night. It could be Saturday during the day. It could be, it's mostly on the weekends. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna definitely schedule these streams a little bit better. Uh, I would say Saturdays are a little bit better than Sundays. But like on Saturday nights, I can't really stay up so long. Uh, Taken today was sort of last minute. That's why I'm doing this kind of early in the morning here. But yeah, like I said, I'm definitely going to schedule the streams a little bit better and what have you. But thank you, man, for dropping in. I mean, even if I don't know how long you're going to stay, but it's cool for you to drop in here. A weenie. Yeah, the movie was a backdoor pilot leading off to the Turbo season. Yeah, I remember the show a little bit, but the movie, it's my favorite power. Oh, okay. Um, my favorite Power Ranger. My favorite Power Ranger would probably be Jason. Back in the day, I would say either Jason or Billy, but I was back, back then. Yeah, Dark Blue. I'll be watching that probably today because, like I said, I'm around today. Uh, so today I'll be watching that. Now, okay, so Team T 2007. I'll be watching that, and then a little bit later on today, I'll watch Dark Blue. So, and the Brave One, I'll try and squeeze in here. But I'll be working on those reviews here. I'm trying to schedule, but in general, I'm trying to schedule the videos better and kind of do better at scheduling when I'm going to do what. And because on my work days in the evenings, time is a little bit shorter. By the time I get home and eat and shower, I have maybe a couple of hours. So I try not to do much, but I want to change that. I want to change that and do a little bit more at nights. Yeah, Jeff Goldblum, he's good in it. Jeff Goldblum's not the problem, but I just think that to me the pacing it dragged on a little bit too long. And again, I can still watch it. It's not a bad sequel, but I just think that it's a step. Ooh, it's a step down, or you could say two steps down. My favorites are Jason, Zach, and Tommy. That's cool. Yeah, Zach was cool. Adam was cool. When he came into the picture. Big fan of Adam. Johnny Young Bosch. Interesting how some movies, keywords like Dark Blue. Yeah, I mean, Street Kings is good. Dark Blue, I've never seen. So that's, Dark Blue is going to be a first time watch for me. But Dark Blue is going to be cool. Yeah, I'm a big Kurt Russell fan. So, like I said, I'll be watching that here soon. Do I prefer Tommy when he was the Green Ranger or the White Ranger? I got to go with the Green. So we got right now, as of right now, this moment, we have six people in watching, six people in the chat. But yeah, I'll go on for a little bit longer. But yeah, after I'm done, with the requests and stuff, and like I said, I got a few more of those to go. Um, I'll get back to more random stuff here and random reviews and um, collabs and stuff, collaborations. Yeah, I mean, Street Kings is a very solid movie, and I still like Taken. Between those two, I would probably say I like Street Kings more because I don't see a whole lot of people talk about that film. People talk about Taken, and that was a hit, but I don't see when you compare Street Kings to Taken, not a lot of people talk about Street Kings. So, and maybe it's because I enjoy, I enjoy Liam Neeson, but I'm a bigger fan. Like I'm much more into Keanu Reeves. So I would say, yeah, I do like Street Kings a little bit more. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Taken too. He did apologize. Yeah, Adam was cool. When he came into the picture, and yeah, so he was good as a Black Ranger. What? What? What do you want from me? You want to appear in the stream? Is that what it is? Hey, hey, what? All right, this is for you, Ruben. Grand Theft Ruben, if you're watching, because I know you always ask about Lucy. So, oh my God, you're fat. All right, here she is, making an appearance here. Hey, look, look into the camera. She's like, "What the fuck? Put me down." Yeah, the Green Candle. I remember those episodes. Uh, that's classic stuff. The Green Candle. But there you go, Grand Theft Ruben. Ruben's always asking about Lucy. How's Lucy doing? And yeah, she's doing good. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, I enjoy doing the. Now, like I said, I don't really do streams in the morning like this. This is very unusual, but for the few people that have been in the chat here, thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. And like I said, I'll go on for a little bit longer. And maybe like in regards to, like the big hangouts and stuff, maybe, you know, because I know some people ask about the hangouts, and sometimes, Matt will ask, hey, do you want to get up? And so maybe with those, because I know a lot of people like to jump in, maybe we could do, the big hangouts maybe 2 times a month or something, kind of spread them out. I don't want to do, like, I don't want to do one every week, like, the 5 hour one, the 5 hour, which is great. I had a great time, but um, yeah, I know. You got food. What do you want from me? But kind of spread them out a little bit. What? But Steven, it was cool for him to drop in yesterday. He's a great guy up here, and but yeah, and right on target, Quinn, great guy. So yeah, right. I don't know why the connection has been dipping a little bit. I hope you guys can still hear me. Hope that I'm coming through okay. Okay. It's funny. Street Kings of Sunshine both start with an S, and both released by Searchlight Pictures. They both have movie star Chris Evans. Yeah, that's a cool. Yeah, that's a good point. And Chris Evans dies in both, right? Or did Chris Evans live in Street Kings? I can't remember, but I know he was like the partner in Street Kings, and I forgot if he died or if he lived. Maybe you can tell me. It's been a couple of years since I've watched it. I remember watching it when I did the Keanu-thon. Yeah, she's playing around right now. Yeah, Chris Evans died in both movies. But like I said, definitely will be finishing up the requests in May. Um, but yeah, so I can get back to more random stuff here. All right. So the chat is a little bit quiet right now, so I just kind of look at some movie news here. I don't know if there's anything worth mentioning, but I'll look. Father Stew, I've heard some good things about. Thoughts on the Jack Reacher films? I did review them. Jack Reacher, the movie with Tom Cruise, it's entertaining. Tom Cruise did a great job in that movie. The sequel is decent. It's a step down from the first movie, but I can still watch it. Actually, I prefer the series. Um, for Amazon, I really enjoyed the series, and Alan Ritchson did a great job playing the Reacher character. But Tom Cruise, he still did a great job in the first couple of films. But for me, like, I think Tom Cruise kind of started way too late for that because at the time he did the first movie, he was pushing 50, and I'm like, man, if they had done that series back in the day, like let's say in the mid '90s, Tom Cruise would have been good for that maybe, and you could have stretched out and made 4 or 5 of them movies. But yeah, the 2012 film, it's entertaining. It's a really solid movie. And the sequel isn't bad, but it's just not as great as the first. Okay. Aaron Carter, now, yeah, he's another nutcase. In the year 2000, 2001, he was on top. And yeah, he had that song out, Aaron's Party. Aaron Parter. Who's Aaron Parter? Aaron Carter. Yeah, I mean, as a child singer, he was hot. He was the hot thing back in like 2000, 2001. But now the guy is a nutcase, a crackhead, in the words of Fabio. Yeah, Aaron Carter's a crackhead. If I was in Jason's position, what would you do to get the green candle or save Tommy? I would just take them out with a bunch of Kia, because that's what Jason David Frank does. There's a lot of Kia. I can't do it right, but I'll just take him out with a bunch of Kias. There you go. I know it's not the best answer, but I'm just being goofy too. But let me ask you, people out there, who's the bigger nutcase? Who's the worst here? Aaron Carter and Jason David Frank. Who's worse? And maybe somebody later on in the comment section can let me know who's worse, Aaron Carter or Jason David Frank. The one problem with Sunshine is not the movie, but rather the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray disc appears to be defective or has a commentary pop-up that cannot be turned off. I didn't know about that. I just have the DVD, Now, like I said, it's a good sci-fi movie. It's not my favorite when it comes to that type of film, but I still like it. Yeah, I mean, I've heard about that over the years, and I don't think it's gotten better. I think, from what I understand, I could be wrong, but apparently, I think they're still not. JDF has not gotten over it. Austin St. John, he seems normal. He seems more, laid back and down to earth, and JDF is still JDF. So as far as I know, and again, I'm not 100%, but I don't think they don't talk anymore. If anybody has a feud, it's JDF. Austin St. John seems like a cool guy, but yeah, definitely back in the day. What? My cat's like, stop talking about JDF. Because Lucy's not a JDF fan. What are you doing? Hey. Yeah. Come here. So I've been going for an hour and 20 minutes here. What do you want? Hey. What? What do you want? Have I seen Firestarter? Not yet, but I do have the Blu-ray. I do have the Blu-ray of Firestarter, but I haven't seen the film. I could say that for a lot of films. There's quite a bit in my collection. I mean, there's a lot of films that I've seen, but there's quite a few that I haven't seen. Firestarter being one of them. Hey, stop biting me. Why bite me? Austin was in a live stream where he mentions how JDF told lies about him over the years. Yeah. JDF is something else. What do you want? But I'll go on for another 20 minutes here, and I think I'll be good. So for people out there, uh, like I said, I'll go on for another 20 minutes here. So Liam, you're in Australia. What time is it over there right now? Just wondering. So they got 4 people watching. Honestly, I kind of missed the era before the Rush shooting. Well, it's not like it was better before. The Rush shooting thing, I've talked about Alec Baldwin. I mean, I ranted on him in the last live stream a little bit. And apparently there's talks that he wants to finish the film for the memory of the woman that died, that he shot. And I'm like, stop it. Yes, they should go back and retitle it to Bust, because Alec Baldwin's career is done. Alec Baldwin is best to just stay out of the spotlight and retire, because, you know, if you're not gonna, let's say if he came back, they're not gonna stop talking about that. That's the thing. Alec Baldwin, the stuff he's done before in the past, movie wise, I've enjoyed. There's been, films that he's been a part of that I've liked, but after you do something like that, it's best to just stay away, stay out of the spotlight, stop making interviews where you're saying, I'm not responsible, I'm not responsible. And then you're going to make videos in your car holding up a packet of sugar, trying to justify uh, the situation and looking very stupid. Alec Baldwin, retire. Alec Baldwin, stay away. And yeah, just go away, Alec Baldwin. But as far as if you're talking about movies, Common Rider, before the Rush shooting, again, it wasn't any, it wasn't any blah. If I could talk right, it wasn't any better, because we still deal with never-ending reboots and remakes and all that stuff. Yeah, but he was still saying before that, before all that transpired, Alec Baldwin was still um, he's I don't know, just the stories that I've heard about Baldwin. There's been stories I've heard about Alec Baldwin as a person, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't care. 10:23, wow, at night. Well, yeah, I mean that's true, but now and again, it's best for him to just retire, because if you try to come back, people are still gonna associate that with Alec Baldwin, and there's no way, they would ever finish the movie. That's not gonna happen. So yeah, I've never seen A Man Apart. I do have the film somewhere, but I've never seen it, so I can't say if he's better with the beard. But I got to use the bathroom real quick, and then I'll be back in a second. All right, I'm back, Jack. All right, what did I miss? What did I miss? All right, we're still here. All right, and caught up with the comments. The Austin Powers movies. I've seen a little bit of the first movie, but that's it. I haven't seen the rest of them, but I do have them in a trilogy pack. But you know what? Yeah, I'll go on for another 15, 20 minutes here. But so yeah. Yeah, 15, 20 minutes. But it's been fun. Like I said, I've had fun this morning. I've had fun this morning talking to you guys a little bit, ranting some. But yeah. Well, Liam, there's only like four people watching. I don't know who the four are, but and again, I know it's kind of early. Oh, wait a second. Jason David Frank is probably going to lose more fans as time goes on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. But I mean, he still does the convention scene. People are gonna still, they want to meet the Green Ranger, and that's. I wish they knew more. I wish they knew better. But I mean, you can't stop from, you can't. Fans want to meet him because he was the Green Ranger. I don't think about. I don't think a lot of people don't know what we've been ranting about. That's the thing, is that they're going to meet him regardless. I mean, it's not like they're aware of what's happening or all the things that his ego trips and all that stuff, but people are going to meet him anyways. The Virgin Suicides is getting a 4K. I've never seen that. Yeah, I mean, back in 2015 when I met him, I mean, it was cool, but as we were leaving the photo op, I extended my arm to shake his hand, and I got snubbed. And ever since then, I was just rubbed I was rubbed the wrong way. I just had a bad. Ever since that point, I've had a bad vibe about the guy, and it's only amplified via the stories that I've heard about through Fabio and all the stuff with the Van Damme thing, whether if that was staged or not, and him having beef with Van Damme back in the day because Van Damme didn't show up at the premiere of the movie, the Mighty Morphin movie, and then he at one point tried to start a feud with CM Punk, and I'm like, JDF, you are a punk. Spider-Man: No Way Home. Yeah, I like it, and that's actually a review that's been requested, and that's going to be a yeah because my brother wanted me to review that, and I think what we're gonna do with that, we're gonna tag team for that review. So yeah, that's gonna come up at some point. Yeah, we had a photo op done. It was me and my brother, and as we were leaving to exit left, then I extended my arm out for a handshake, and he ignored it. And ever since then, I mean, he saw that, I was extending my arm to shake his hand as I was leaving, and he just disregarded it. And like I said, ever since then, I got a bad vibe, and that's only gotten bigger because of the stories. And guys like my good friend Fabio up here. Well, I mean, it's a photo op, so I mean, I get you're always trying to move people along and get through, take the photo, move people along, but at the same time, I'm like, you couldn't even shake someone's hand. And yes, I mean, in the photo, he's holding the helmet of the White Ranger helmet, but he could have held that to like you could have he could have easily held on to that with one hand and shake my hand before we were leaving, but whatever. Hey, Total Meltdown 2, how's it going? The Ghost in the Darkness is getting Blu-ray. That's cool. I think I have, but I haven't seen it. But yeah, Ghost in the Darkness, that's a good movie. Wind Talkers, I haven't seen, but I've heard of the movie. Psychedelic music, not much. But good morning to you, Total Meltdown. I'm just looking at my phone real quick. Today is my brother's birthday. Just turned 30. Yeah. Wind Talkers, directed by John Woo. Yeah, I'll go on for probably 12 minutes here. So we got 7 people right now watching. Yeah, that was cool. I mean, um, you know, some of the stuff in the third act, where they team up and they fight off against, the villains. Yeah, I mean, it was cool, and I liked. I My thing is, and I'll talk about this more when I review the film. I would have liked to have seen more of that, and that's the thing. Like, you have Tobey Maguire there, Andrew Garfield, and it's like, why can't we get more of these two and Tom Holland? And I get, it's more of a glorified cameo. Basically, I mean, they're there um, because it's a novelty. I mean, but I'm like, it's cool to see, when the three, shared the screen together and they have their fun moments. But there's also that part of me, and I'm like, I wish that, they were in the film. I wish that they were in the film a lot more. But it was cool to see Andrew Garfield in there, Tobey Maguire, and working together as a team. Tom Holland too. So that was cool stuff. But I probably would have done it a little bit differently. One, uh, again, I would have had him brought in earlier, and maybe the way they came in, like how they come into the film, I would have done differently. Yeah, Dennis Whopper eats a Whopper. Thank you, man. Yeah, Janice. I haven't listened to much of her music. Is that true? That JDF got kicked out of the premiere of the 2017 movie because he tried to record his cameo in the film? Fuck. Is that true? Maybe Fabio can probably verify that, but if that's the case, JDF, he's an idiot. Is Zendaya, I don't know. I mean, she's not bad to look at, but at the same time, as an actress, I'm just like, I can say that she doesn't do much for me. Yeah, I'm not watching Euphoria. I can tell you that right now. I'm not watching Euphoria. But Zendaya, as an actress, to me, she doesn't really do a whole lot for me. But that's just me. Yeah, I've played GameCube before. I've never seen Easy Rider. Speed is a classic. Brad Dourif as Carnage. Yeah, that would have been cool. Like back in the early '90s, maybe. That would have been good casting. And it's funny because I don't mind the 2017 Power Rangers movie. I do have it, but we're not going to get the sequel to that. We're never going to get a sequel to that. That's never going to happen. But I don't mind it. Yeah, Oreos are good. Yeah, I mean, because every time he's interviewed or there's a panel or what have you, I mean, he wants to take up the screen and he's, talking over everybody and wants the attention, but that's JDF. Yeah, Bulk and Skull. How would I rank the first six Halloween movies? I would say my favorite is Part Two, Halloween Two. Then after that, I would say Halloween. Then after that, I would say Halloween Four. Yeah, Halloween Four, Halloween Three. Then I would say Halloween Five and Halloween Six. No, maybe Halloween Six. Halloween Five would probably be the last. Um, I don't know. I'm not too big on Halloween 5 and Halloween 6, but if I had to put one over the other, I would probably watch Halloween 6 a little bit more. So I would say, okay, let me start back over. I would say Halloween 2, Halloween 4, the original, Halloween 3, I do enjoy. Then I would say Halloween 6, Halloween 5. Yeah, I've heard stories about that. Okay. Tanya Banks? Who's Tanya Banks? Oh, Tyra Banks. Yeah, I know Tyra Banks. I don't know Tanya Banks, but I know Tyra Banks. I don't know who that is. Wayne Newton, not a bad singer, but I don't listen to a whole lot of his. I don't listen to a whole lot of his music. He was fun in Vegas Vacation, and wasn't he in the Adventures of Ford Fairlane too? If I remember, he was fun in that. I believe he was. Yeah, Ford Fairlane's great. Oh, that's cool. Didn't know that. All right, so for the people watching out there, I'm going to go on for 5 more minutes here. Then I'm going to get up and straighten up here. Yeah, Anita Bryant. Don't know who that is. The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. I don't know what that is. Power Rangers Unworthy. I didn't know about that. I don't mind Elton John. Elton John though, great singer. Top five Tim Burton movies. I would say my favorite is Batman. Then after that, Beetlejuice. Then after that, I would say Sleepy Hollow. Ed Wood is number four, and number five is um, hmm. I have to think about. Let me look at a list here. So number one is Batman. Number two, Beetlejuice. Number three, Sleepy Hollow. Number four, Ed Wood. And number five, I'm going to say Batman Return. No, you know what? Let me take that back. I forgot. He directed Batman Returns. Oh gosh. All right. So Batman Returns, Beetlejuice, Sleepy Hollow, Ed Wood. There you go. I don't know who that is. The top five worst films ever seen. Uh, gosh, I mean, what I've seen so far, Going Overboard with Adam Sandler, and you can rank these. You know, how like one through five. I don't know. I don't know how to rank these movies, but Going Overboard with Adam Sandler, which is abysmal. Attack Force with Steven Seagal. Uh, movie 43, maybe. All right, let me think about this. Overboard, Going Overboard, Adam Sandler. So I'll end the stream with this question here because I'm trying to think about this. All right, so Going Overboard with Adam Sandler, Attack Force with Steven Seagal. I could throw, I could throw in Robo Vampire because I don't know what that was about, and I also say movie 43 because that was pretty awful. The amount of talent that you have for that movie, and it's a piece of fucking shit. And the Rollerball remake, I could say that, or I could say Knock Knock. I don't know. I mean, but I mean, those movies are worse. the Knock Knock. But yeah, I mean, I know I'm leaving out one or two. I mean, there's got to be some others. I mean, there's some awful films that I've seen, but I would like, it's hard to compile down to five. But I do know for certain Golden Overboard with Adam Sandler's in that. Attack Force with Steven Seagal is in that. And then probably, Robo Vampire, which made no sense whatsoever. But yeah. But thinking here. So, you know what? Let's do this. I mean, I've been going for an hour and 50 here. So let's go on for 10 more minutes. Okay. Let's make it 2 hours. And I think that'll be good. We'll stop at 2 hours. But yeah. So for the few people that are watching, I'm going to go on for 10 more minutes and that's going to be it. I've said that a couple of times here throughout the stream, but why not? I mean, we're almost at 2 hours. Let's shoot for 2 hours. Top 5 show hosts. I don't know. Would I like to meet Chevy Chase? Not really. I mean, I mean, there's always. I mean, you've always heard the stories about his on-set behavior, and stuff like that. But I'm fine. I don't need to meet Chevy Chase. But he's done some good movies. Okay. Denise Richards, I'm not too big on her as an actress, but that's just me. No problem, Ruben. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, I was gonna stop it right there, but you know what? Since we're almost at 2 hours, why not make it 2 hours and then we'll call it. I got to go with Michael Jackson. Chris Stuckman, I haven't seen much of his stuff. Excuse me. Pat Robertson, he's like a televangelist, right? That's all I know. Trek Yards, I don't know what that is. Vice, I think I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. I don't know if it would be my kind of movie, though. You ever visit Alabama? No, never been to Alabama. A YouTube channel that talks about Star Trek. Okay, that's cool. I used to like Star Trek, not so much now. All the stuff I've heard about Picard and stuff like that, I'm like, just stop it with Star Trek. I don't know who Daniel Dumbrill is. There's a lot. I've noticed, Ruben. There's a lot of people you ask about. There's some. I mean, there's maybe been a couple of names that I've heard about, but there's a lot of people that I haven't heard about. Thoughts on Shatner? Um, I don't know as a person. I've never met. I mean, I came close one time. The first ever convention that I went to back in 2014, William Shatner was there. And there's been another convention that I've been to where Shatner has been there, but I've never met him. I mean, it'd be cool. I mean, to like, I think the one that I'm going into July, he's actually going to be there. So, yeah, maybe, like it'd be cool to meet William Shatner. I mean, that'd be cool to meet Captain Kirk. And again, I don't know as a person, but still, I mean, I like the Shat. George Takei. I mean, he was good on Star Trek, but and I know in real life he's gay, but it just I don't know. I don't know if I were ever. I don't know if I would ever meet George Takei, but that's just me. Or Takai. I don't know how you say it. I think it's George Takai. Now I never heard of that. So we got 5 minutes left. 5 minutes. So hit me with all you got. Give me some questions. So we got 5 minutes here, and then we're gonna wrap up. I didn't know that. Why does that name sound familiar? Stephen Bandera. Okay, no, I've never heard of him. I typed it in, and I don't know who that is. Sean and Chris Penn. Sean Penn as an actor has done some great stuff. Uh, but as a person, I'm just iffy about Chris Penn. Great actor. Unfortunately, he passed away way too young. But the films he's been a part of has also been good. So yeah, I do like both. Both of them. Oliver North. Now, who's that? Nope. I have never heard of him. He's an American political commentator and TV host. I've never heard of Oliver North, though. And I didn't know that. Hey, Bobby. Uh, yeah, Bobby, I've been going on for the past couple of hours now. So, yeah, now I'm just sort of winding down here. Um, Yeah, I've been streaming for 2 hours now, and I'm about to get up, but it's cool to see you, Bobby. I know who Ted Nugent is, but I haven't heard a lot of his stuff. But you know what? I'm going to wrap it up here for now. For people out there, thank you for dropping in. And the few people that are still watching, thank you. Uh, and everybody out there. But yeah, it was fun. I mean, I had fun this morning chatting with you guys. And for everybody out there, Liam, Ruben, Bobby, movie, TV show, and video game fan, I try to mention all of you guys. Um, Total Meltdown 2, uh, Common Rider, everybody that jumped in, thank you. And I will see you later.